Welcome back, everyone. We're finally going to take a break from the rust today. Well, no, just kidding. We're doing more rust repair. Stick around. Hey everybody, it's Brian from Block Garage. We're back out here with a 280Z, like we have been. And we got some rust repair, like I said. We got to do this front corner here. It's rusted on the outside. It's rusted on the inside. I have this panel here from Classic Fab. It's going to fit right up there. The only custom stuff we have to do is make a panel to go in here, but that's completely flat, so it should be easy. Just want to thank everybody that's been watching and subscribing and commenting lately. The channel's really took off the last couple videos. We're up, I don't know, honestly I haven't looked yet today. I think we're almost at 1,300 subscribers. So anyways, we're gonna get started with this. I don't have a lot of time to do anything big this weekend because we just picked up a new puppy. So I gotta spend some time with him this weekend. The wife's working most of the weekend. So this small project I'm hoping we can bang out. It should be fairly easy. So let's get started cutting that out. Now this outer piece is just spot welded on to the inner piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop those spot welds off, trim it up here. That line right there I made is where my new one goes back to. I'm probably going to trim it short. That way, in case I need to move it forward and back to get it lined up perfectly, you know, I got some wiggle room. This inside piece here, like I said, it's mostly flat. There really isn't anything to it. These bolt holes here are for the hood hinge, and they're actually part of the outside piece. So what I'm planning on doing is I'll pop this outside piece off by popping those spot welds off, and then we'll figure out exactly where it should go by lining up our holes with the holes here and mark it on the outside here, you know, trace a line around, and then we will cut what I need to off the inside piece here. I don't need to cut the whole thing off, and I want to keep this outer structure because this is nice and solid all the way out here, and I don't want to have to mess with that. You know, really we're just going to cut off right here, here, and back here. It looks like it goes, the rock goes a little bit behind this bracket here, but we'll be able to trim that back off back here on the outside. So yeah, we'll cut off just what we need. We'll patch the inside here, and then we'll spot weld our piece back on the outside here and be done. Should be fairly simple, but let's see. If you're cutting any spot welds, buy one of these cheap spot weld cutters. They make it so much easier. They really work amazing. Well, most of the time they work amazing. It is kind of hard to get them to stick sometimes. What I do is I pre-drill a tiny little hole in the center to get this piece to sit down in, but sometimes it doesn't always hold. We definitely have some rust back here, thin metal we want to take care of, so I'll probably cut this interior piece back here-ish, which should be pretty easy to do. We can see how much the water got trapped in there from somewhere. Not really sure how the water got in there to begin with, because the other side's fine. There's nothing wrong at all with the other side. But, I wonder how that got... I'm not sure. I am not sure how that got water in there to begin with, unless it got a pinhole from the inside here. I guess even from the outside. and then the water just gets in there and sits. Maybe. Not really sure. But either way, we need to cut it out. Just got a little sanding disc on here. Since we cut these spot welds out with that basically a mini hole saw, it's raised up still where those holes were. So I want to smooth that out so we can set our new piece on there and mark exactly where it's going to go. So here's the new puppy. Came out to the garage for a quick little visit. His name's Rocco. We just picked him up Thursday, I believe. Today's Saturday, so 2 days ago. He's super cute. So you'll probably be seeing him a little bit in videos every once in a while once the weather warms up and he's around playing outside. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, since we got these bolt holes to line everything up, and these are the holes that the hood hinge bolts to on the inside here. So I'm going to line these up with my 3 holes here, and just like this. We use the bolts going through to keep it in place for now, but since this is going to get cut out here, that's not going to do us any good. We can't keep it like that. So I'll hold it in place with the bolts, and then I've got some 1/8" holes drilled around the perimeter. We're going to drill through here and use Clecos to hold it in place. That way, once we get everything cut out of here that we need to, we can use those Clecos to get this back right where it needs to go so that we're still lined up for our hood hinge. Alright, there's a hole we had to cut out. Had to go further back here than I was hoping. I actually had a little bit of trouble getting it off of these 2 inner panels because it was spot welded there and you can't drill through the inside. There just isn't enough room. So I ended up kind of grinding with my die grinder, using my chisel a little bit to cut it. We got it off there and got my pattern cut onto my sheet metal, so I'm going to go and cut that out. There we go. I got to do a little bit of trimming. It's a little big around the bottom edge here. I guessed as far as where my lines are going to be back here because I had cut this piece off separately. So we're up about here. So I'll go trace the back side probably because I want to keep as much of this original sheet metal as I can. So we'll trace the back side and cut this off and it should drop right in and we'll get it welded in. The only thing we have to do is there's a lip right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not quite flat up on the front. It's got a little lip where it bends down. So we'll get this all fitting in where it goes and then we'll bend this lip down, which should be easy. This line right here is where we got to bend that lip down. It's just a tiny bit, basically the thickness of the metal that it goes down and then back out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the edge of my workbench here because I don't need a nice sharp line. It rounds. So I'll just take this, got it lined up with the edge of my bench. We'll just tap it down a bit. Actually, I'm gonna clamp it down so it doesn't move. know, if you had a long piece, you'd want to put a piece of angle iron or something up here to hold it down tight, but with this is, you know, 1.5 inches wide, I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't go quite 90 degrees, so we're gonna, yeah, maybe go a little bit sharper than that. That's good for that. Now we need to bend it back this way. I'm gonna try and do it just like this with just holding it. Because again, it doesn't need a lot. Actually, you know what would work good? I'm gonna do it in the vise. So what I can do is get this right down where it's gonna go. Somewhere right about there. Let's go like this. If I can do it without bending the other lip back. Yeah, it's working. If I had a bead roller, that would work really well for this. So we got a little bit of lip on it. Let's go see what it looks like. Ooh, I think that's gonna work perfect. I just gotta trim a little bit of this edge here because it doesn't quite sit down, so my gap's a little too tight. I can't get this far enough forward. So I'll go grind that down real quick. Damn. Man, that's almost perfect. I like that, happy with that. So now what we gotta do, I'm gonna mark some holes on here to meet up with these panels in here so we can plug weld right there. Clean up a little paint around here that we need to, and we're all set to start welding in. All right, we got everything all ready. Pieces all done, made up. I got some weld through primer on here and here where these are gonna meet up. Let's get this stuck on here and we'll start tacking it in place and weld it in. There we go, we got it tacked in place. Had to do a little bit of shaping just to get everything to fit up right. Now we want to make sure all of our edges are smooth and leveled out so that we don't have a big ridge there when we go to grind the welds down. Let's fully weld this in. There she is, all welded in place. We gotta get to the back side now because I need to make sure that side's all nice and smooth since you can see that. So I'm gonna try rotating the car up and see if that gives us good access to everything. It actually doesn't look too bad. I got plenty of penetration around and should be good to go, but obviously I'm gonna clean this up. So I'm gonna start with cleaning the back side up first so that if I got anything I gotta fill in, I don't have the outside all done. Plus the outside doesn't need much anyway because it's all gonna be hidden. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up and see where we're at. I'm gonna start off with a die grinder, get in there as much as I can while using the trick of using the cutoff disc to back a 3-inch sanding pad. And just pop it on there like that. Keeps it nice and rigid. So yeah, I'm gonna get in there and do as much as I can with this. I actually can't get in there very well with this at all, so I'll try using the mini belt sander. So I actually don't have too much to do in here. I got a little bit I want to fill in right here with weld because I didn't get, looks like I didn't get a lot of penetration. And this side seems fine. I don't think I have to worry about that. That side went good because I had a gap right there. I was a little tight in some spots here, so I will real quickly just fill those in and grind them down, and we'll get back to the other side and hopefully get our replacement panel on the outside. All right, back to the outside. So we got to put our piece on here, obviously. We got a little bit more prep work to do. I got to grind down some welds now. I'm not grinding all of them down. There's no point. You're literally never going to see this stuff. Might as well leave it there for a little bit of extra strength. So all we got to do is make this piece fit flush. So basically we just got to do some here where the lip sits on there, down through here. We got to do pretty much all the bottom. A little bit back here where it sits, and up here because this is visible. So more grinding. Now since most of this you'll literally never see because it's behind the fender, like down here. I mean really actually all of this is going to be behind the fender, so you'll never see any of this. So I'm going to do it the quick way, not the smoothest way, but a way that works quick, which is just do it with the edge of my die grinder just like this. It'll make quick work of this. It just won't look perfect, so you don't want to use this on an exterior piece unless you're planning on putting a bunch of Bondo on it. But it'll make quick work of this, so I'm gonna do that. check it out. We got it all done, fully welded in, all ready to go. So this was, like I said, a quick one that I could bust out this weekend. Did end up taking me longer than I thought. I'm working pretty late in the garage tonight, Saturday night, because I can't come out tomorrow. Gotta watch the puppy. So happy we got it done though. I don't have to worry about this anymore. Got another panel checked off. Up next, I guess we're gonna start on one of the rockers next. I don't know what else to do besides that, so I still gotta grind down that over there. I haven't bothered messing with that yet. I'll get to that at some point. But yeah, happy we got that done. It looks nice, fits nice. Now we don't have a rust hole here. Backside looks good. So glad you guys are enjoying the videos. Keep up the comments and everything. I enjoy hearing about, you know, projects you guys got going on, questions, giving me tips, you know, all that stuff. Super helpful. Keep that going, but I'm gonna head out from here. Hopefully I see you guys in the next video.